Welcome to Jurassic Park. Well, I am not in Jurassic Park right now, I'm just joking, but I'm in a place that looks very similar to the mountains of Costa Rica, in another place with rich in its name. We are in Puerto Rico, the island of enchantment, in the only national rainforest in all of the United States of America, El Yunque. Now, Yunque is a dense rainforest in the middle of this island with so much rich history, with so much rich mythology with the Taíno native peoples, and stories of a mysterious beast that roam these rainforests, the Chupacabra. So today we're going to learn all about that as we walk around El Yunque and see amazing views of this rainforest, go up this tower, and learn all about these wonders. I'm Ariel with Urbanist, and welcome to Hidden History. This is a show where I explore the mysterious places that you won't find in the guidebooks and the history you won't learn in the textbooks. Right now we are right in Puerto Rico, which is the island at the very end of the Caribbean, or it's the grand entrance to the Caribbean, and also it is a part of the United States of America. You don't need a passport if you're America traveling here. The cool thing is also this is the only national rainforest in America. I don't think there's any rainforest classified in Hawaii, so this is the only one. Now, there might be very bad service up here, so hopefully more connection will be had as we're walking around. But let me know where you're watching from. Let me know, have you been to any rainforest or jungles as we walk around on live video to show you El Yunque. So right now we are about like halfway towards the top of the summit of El Yunque, because there's a really cool tower here with beautiful views of the entire rainforest. Let me show you around. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Michael. Hello, other Michael. Hello, Donna. Hello, everyone. So here it says Baño de Oro Natural. It has been classified national natural landmark in the United States of America in 1980. Baño de Oro Natural means bath of gold. And it's a natural area right over here. Beautiful, huge trees. Now, this is not technically a jungle. A jungle would be a lot more denser and would be a lot more wetter. This is a rainforest. Hence the clouds that linger above the summit of the mountains all day long. Now, I had to come here earlier than I said that I would come because A, it's going to rain. I got my umbrella ready. And B, there's limited parking in this rainforest after the events of Hurricane Maria. So it's a lot harder to come here during peak time. So let's walk inside this tower right over here. Now, El Yunque is a very important place for the native peoples of Puerto Rico, the Tainos. The Tainos were the original people here, and they saw El Yunque as the home of Yunque, who was basically the Zeus equivalent for the Tainos. And they thought that Yunque had a massive throne at the very peak of the mountain called El Yunque. So this, in essence, was the Mount Olympus of the Caribbean. Now, the Taíno people weren't just limited to the island of Puerto Rico. They were all around the Caribbean, and they saw this as their Mount Olympus. So it's also called the Cloud Forest. Watch out, the Chupacabra. We're going to learn a little bit about the Chupacabra. It's called the Cloud Forest because it's unusual that you will not find clouds here. And also, you'll see a lot of nature. It's already starting to rain. And here we see some nature being, you'll see falcons, you'll see birds of all types. There we go. Oh. All right, let's see cover. So here's the Yoke Owl Tower. I'm using the word Yunque for the main god, but it's also known as Yoke Owl. The reason for that is that when the first Christian missionaries came here, they had different words for the gods, and because they were translations. Hello Minerva, welcome. Haven't been to a rainforest, but it's raining big time in Minneapolis. Donna, hello Kay. So here is beautiful views of the rainforest. Very bad service here, of course, so I'll be coming in and out, but you'll see the full recording after the broadcast is finished. Alright everyone, I'm back. There's going to be bad service because we are in the middle of the island after the events of Hurricane Maria. A lot of the original cell phone towers went down. But check out these views. Amazing views, amazing. Okay, you remember getting lost in the rainforest in Gippsland, Australia. Typical of you. I don't blame you. Getting lost in the rainforest is probably pretty easy. They're very dense places. You can't see your way around. So this is basically the first scene of Jurassic Park. Well, what did the Taíno people think of this place? Well, first we have to go back to the very basics of their creation myth. Let me see if I can step where there's a little bit better Wi-Fi. Okay, there we go. So I have good connection right here. Okay. So there's a little bit better connection here. So here's a tower. I think the tower is about 50 feet tall. So let's learn about the creation myth of the Tainos. The Tainos believed that there was a base god, a god who knew all. His name was Atabe. And Atabe was the master of the universe in essence. But the universe, when Atabe was the only one, was barren, dead place. There was nothing around. Atabe wanted the world to become green and beautiful and wondrous. There was none of this. It was barren, abandoned earth. However, Atabe decided to create two children, two offspring. So Atabe created Guado and Yuki. Guado did her own thing, but Yuki decided to create the earth. And he came over here to the earth and added a bunch of greenery, animals of all sorts and kinds, plants, fungi, and everything in between. He made the clouds rain, and he made the forest flower. And yes, Puerto Rican is my heritage. However, Yuki also wanted a different kind of animal to take over this planet. So he decided to make something between an animal and a deity, a god. He decided to create man, or human. And first humans were the ones who roamed this earth, including the very lands of Puerto Rico and the Tainos. So beautiful views. I have perfect service here. It is raining a whole lot. Saludos, Becca. Welcome. Nice to see you here. Good morning, Kathy. Tranquility base here. The Ariel has landed in the rainforest. I have. Oh, look at that. So the rainforest is all technically encompassing the majority of the Sierra Luquillo. Sorry everyone, there's kids screaming very loud, I don't know why. So this is the Sierra Luquillo, and Luquillo is a Spanishization of the word Yuki-Yu, the god who used to live here and had his throne. So after Yuki-Yu created the earth and the rest of the cosmos and populated it with life, he decided to settle down here. The other god, Guado, got pissed off in a fit of rage and jealousy and decided to hide. And then Yuki-Yu went down into the caves of Puerto Rico. The caves of Puerto Rico is the third largest and deepest cave system in the world. The biggest one is in Yugoslavia. I forgot where the second biggest one is. And the third largest is here, underneath this land. Yuki-Yu made two other deities, one for the sun and one for the moon. And when they came out of the bright cave, they went to their proper places, giving the earth light and giving the earth darkness. So the Taíno people saw this as a very holy place, a place of sheer beauty and wonder. However, another dark legend traces back here. Something the opposite of the beauty and wonder of Yuki-Yu and his throne in the clouds of El Yunque. Back in 1992, just right by here, there was a sighting of a strange creature. Hello, Donna. Hello, George. Welcome. Nice to see you here. I'll be moving upstairs, but let me tell you the story here first where I have good service, and then we'll be going further upstairs. And if I drop out, everything will be recorded, so you'll be able to see the replay with everything. Now, this entire rainforest is 28,000 acres big, so that's about 35 times larger than Central Park. The largest mountain top is on the opposite side, I'll show you soon, and that is El Yunque. Originally by the Tainos, it was called something similar to Yuque, and that is 3,300 feet tall. The largest peak in all Puerto Rico is a little bit further down in the south at 4,400 feet. So it's a very, very tall mountain. Now, the most magical part about this mountain is that it's almost constantly covered in clouds. Today it's raining early, but usually it starts raining every single afternoon. And of course, for a rainforest, there's going to be a lot of rain, and there's an average of 20 feet of rain towards the top of the mountains every year. So 1992, a woman by Madeline Tolentino saw a mysterious creature pop up into her farm. And the next day, she found out a few of her farm animals were completely drained out of blood with 3 puncture marks on their neck. This was strange because usually dogs or mongooses or any other large animal here, the largest ones being really dogs and mongooses, don't actually drain any blood. And she was freaked out. A few months later, 8 sheep were found right by El Yunque, all dead, drained of blood. 3 marks, not 2, as the original incisors of a dog, or a coyote, or a mongoose. So what were these sightings? Well, they saw them as alien creatures, long, lengthy, humanoid, with huge red eyes, scaly skin, and spikes along its back. The next few months in Puerto Rico, and then later in Mexico, and later in Nicaragua, and Honduras, and many parts of Central America, more and more sheep, goats, farm animals, pigs, chickens were all found drained of blood. This got its name from the creature ended up getting its name from Chupacabra, which means the goat sucker. Taro, you say UFO. Sunshine says Chupacabra. Hello, Naomi. Hello, Donna. Well, wonderful thing to see. It really is. It's not Broadway, no. Kathy says very beautiful view, very tranquil. It really is. And it's very, very loud in here. So let's see if we can go a little bit further up and see better views. There we go. Okay, bear with me. We're going to go up and see if we can get better views. All right. So this tower is really cool because you can see 360 views of Yunque. And here we are. Here it's accessible by car. If you want to get to the base of Yunque, it's about a 3 to 4 hour hike, depends on your speed, to its summit. And it's well worth it. It's an easy hike. It just takes a little bit long. But once you get up to the top, you don't see any views, but you're literally walking on clouds. Literally. I've done it once in my life. I took many photos. It was so wonderful to just walk in clouds. It literally also looks like Jurassic Park. Now, one small fun fact, as I was watching Jurassic Park, I actually watched it here in Puerto Rico because I used to come here all the summers. And one time I saw Jurassic Park during the night. It was super rainy in Puerto Rico. And as the scene where the T-Rex pops out and starts attacking the two kids, the power went out. And it was because the rain was so hard that all the power in the nearby area just went dead. And it was so, like, as a little kid, I was like, okay, this is getting too real. DP, I'm glad you've been here. That's so awesome. So Yunque Peak should be one of these right here. It's right over here. This looks a lot like El Capitan from Yosemite Park in the United States of America. It has a similar cliff face to it. And let's try to go a little bit further up. If you're enjoying this video, let me know. And let's try to go a little bit further. Con permiso. That's it. All right, so the rain has ceased and now we can go to the top. Get ready, everyone. Well, it hasn't ceased completely. And here we go. Look at this. Wow.
Just ignore it. Stop. Ready? Ready? Yes.
Amazing.
Thank you so much.
So here we can see the clouds getting very, very low at this point. And down there we can see the beach town of Luquillo. And Luquillo is also the same name as the mountain range here. They still allow people to walk up the mountain? Yes, they do, Mile. You can walk up the mountain. It takes about 3 hours to get to the summit from the parking that is accessible to all cars. Oh yeah, hey, how's it going? It's on Facebook. You can search Urbanist. Yeah.
Right, nice. Beautiful, right?
Yeah, very beautiful.
Beautiful.
Urbanist, yeah, I'm on live video. Yeah, talk about the history. Yeah, hey. Where are you guys from?
New York.
New York, oh, likewise. New Yorker.
New York.
Queens. Yeah, yeah, that's amazing. Welcome to the Island of Enchantment. Yeah.
Nice.
So anywhere you go, you'll find New Yorkers. That's the beauty of Puerto Rico. So back to the Chupacabra. It got a notorious name. There were sightings all around the U.S., Central America, and sightings as far as Russia and Philippines. But what was this mysterious creature that was haunting the rainforests of Puerto Rico and all around the world? Well, there was a few theories. First, people saw the creature as this huge alien creature. And people who love studying UFOs were actually the very first people to talk to the very first sightings, the people who actually saw the Chupacabra in 1992 through 1995. And they had a theory. They thought the Chupacabra was a pet alien that escaped and went wild through the island of Puerto Rico. The second theory, and of course this is all theories, is not historical at all. The only historical thing is what they theorized. The second theory was that it was a secret experimental animal here in the base of the Yunque. And there's a few conspiracy theories of the US military making an underground bunker inside this rainforest making genetic experiments. And that's where the episode of The X-Files comes from back in 1993. They were very quick to jump onto the huge fame that this mysterious creature was getting. Daisy, I'm so happy you're loving it. Hello, Eva. Donald says small world. New Yorkers love coming to here to Puerto Rico. You're from New York as well? Oh, hey. So happy to find so many New Yorkers. So the X-Files episode was actually very quick to get to the Chupacabra story. And I think that's why it started becoming very popular all around, even to the ranches of Texas. However, there was a second theory. The third theory, was that it was a wild animal, similar to a coyote or to a rabid dog. And that's interesting because there is a type of rabid dog that tends to bite the neck of farm animals because they become very desperate when they get a very terrible disease called mange. That's where the word mangy dog comes from. And mange is a parasite that goes under, a mite that goes under their skin and bloats it up. All their hair goes off and their teeth, their mouth starts receding and their fangs become into huge prominence. Okay, there's something.
Behind antennas, you see a little island. This Palomino, that belongs to the Conquistador Resort. There is a group of white condos on the shore. It's built on a 300-foot cliff. They don't have a beach, so they used to take the people to the Palomino Island every half hour because on a ferry. And that's the only resort with a water park in the Caribbean. Right now they're closed, waiting on insurance money. That's where they go 1,000 employees from there. Behind this clouds, we're not going to see it because it's cloudy. It is Culebra Island that belongs to us was the third most beautiful beach in the world, is Flamenco Beach. And behind it, we could have seen San Thomas if we would have been clear. Vieques is behind the mountains, and from here you cannot see it. Is it San Juan? No, San Juan is behind the mountains. What's that? That's Luquillo town. That's the city of Luquillo, that's the green area. The green water over there is the famous Luquillo Beach. Now, on the corner, let's go back to the peninsulas. You see those two peninsulas sticking out? The two pieces of land at the end. On the second one, between the hill and the white condos is water on the flat part. That's why you do the bioluminescent bay at nighttime, where the water glows at night. Look at this house in the middle of nowhere, right there in the middle of the forest, on stilts. See it down there? Gotta be on stilts because you gotta keep the house level somehow. And they have a little road on the other side. Now let me squeeze into this picture here in the corner. Right here. Sorry. If you look here on the picture, that's this piece of rock, the one in the middle. That has all this kind of shape here, right? This line going across here is the lips. Rectangular, flat, brown nose, and the two eyes. A natural rock formation of an Indian face. Can you see it up there? Once again, above the white part that looks kind of shaved. You see a straight line going across. Those are the lips, the brown, dark brown, flat nose, and the two eyes. Now the right eye is some bushes coming out of it. That's a natural rock formation of an Indian face. Up here, Los Picachos and the Yunque Peak, up there. That is 3,494. Today, I'm not going to be able to show you, but on this side, you can see it on the picture right there where the plaque is, where the gentleman is standing. That is our West Peak, that is our sleeping giant. Sadly, you're not going to see it, that's for sure. Look here, let me use this. See, it's a profile of a face looking up to the sky. Look at the lips, the nose, the eye, and the forehead. Laying down like this. Lips, nose, eye, and forehead, but he's under the cloud right now. But look how healthy the forest is after all the devastation that we had. It's very intense. And the ecosystem changes here very quickly. Here we get 200 inches of raindrops a year. On the southwest side, we get 30 inches only. On a little island, there is 100 miles by 35. And the best part of this stuff is this. It's quiet. No loud music. Forget about your bills, your in-laws. I'm sorry, I remind you of that. Now, do you have any questions? See, you thought I was going to stay in the bus and send you here to get wet yourself.
What was the house that was built?
Right down there.
Yeah, what is that about?
No, nothing.
Oh.
Some people, family that lives right there.
Wow.
Look, the sun is giving you a spotlight to the house.
Yeah.
Right there.
See the house there?
You see how beautiful the view is? Even though there's rain. Those hills, those high rises down there is Sandy Hills and the Dolphin Towers in Luquillo City. I'll let you see the cows like that.
Those look like the Twin Towers, but they're not the Twin Towers.
Vieques is behind the mountain, yeah, and Culebra is that way. That island is Palomino. So that way it would be Culebra and St. Thomas. Want a picture of both of you? Of course. Kind of there.
Well, like at the end, we can even see the other island.
Did Daddy take any pictures? Oh, Dad, did you get any pictures? Yeah. Oh.
Can I take some of you?
I'll take some. I'll take one of you and guys.
Be careful.
Wow, so beautiful, beautiful views. So happy we bumped into a tour to learn a little bit extra. Seeing the natural rock formation is very funny because the god Yukei was believed to live here in the Yunque.
Be careful. That metal piece there is...
Sharon, you say your Spanish is so rusty, didn't know so many people speak English on the island. Yes, a lot of people do speak English here. English and Spanish are both the official languages of this U.S. territory.
You're welcome. See you later. Now watch your step. Just stay on the right.
So we are very, very far away from the skyscrapers in New York. Now, for perspective, the Freedom Tower is 1,700 feet tall. The Freedom Tower. This is 3,300 feet. Right now, we're about 2,200 feet. So at this moment in time, we are taller than the Freedom Tower in New York City. It's kind of crazy to think about how tall mountains are. And this is a relatively small mountain when compared to many of the mountains all along the Andes and the Alps, and then further into the mountain ranges in the Himalayas. This is pales in comparison, but just think of it, a mountain is still massively tall.
Yeah. 1, 2, and 3. Different angle here. 1, 2, 3.
Wow. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Sorry I came a little bit on early because I wanted to avoid the crowds. I learned last minute that they have very limited parking nowadays after the devastation of Hurricane Maria. And also wanted to avoid the rain, but that didn't happen. So back to Chupacabra. Where was I? I was talking about the third theory, which was this wild kind of canine dog, and these were the bodies found of the Chupacabra, and they were strange bodies because they had these huge fangs, they had receded mouths, they were completely hairless. They sometimes had a little bit of hair up there that tends to be very sticky and kind of like very spiny, and it was a very strange creature. However, a lot of people think that was the dog with mange or coyote with mange. And most likely it was, because mange, as I mentioned, is a mite that digs under the skin of a dog or a coyote or any type of canine animal, and then the skin bloats, the hair falls off, the mouth recedes, and the dog or the coyote becomes very, very ugly. And also, they end up becoming very sick in the stomach, so they're unable to eat well, and they become very desperate for food because no one's feeding them. So the only way they can really find food is by preying on farm animals. However, they're so sick that they can't digest the food that they just bite the neck, kill the animal, maybe suck a little bit of blood, and then move on. So was the Chupacabra just a mangy coyote? No one knows for sure. However, we have to go back all the way to the original sighting by a woman named Madeline Tolentino here, right by El Yunque Rainforest in 1992. A few year right before X-Files made the episode. Madeline Tolentino described the alien to be, or the creature, the Chupacabra, to be tall, kind of alien skin texture, huge, red eyes, spikes behind its back. Well, there was an author recently who wrote a book about the Chupacabra. He decided to interview Madeline Tolentino again. The very first person who interviewed Madeline Tolentino were ufologists, so they might have been a little bit biased. This guy was more of a skeptic, and he interviewed her just about 3 years ago. And Madeline Tolentino failed to say one thing to the ufologist. Right before she saw the Chupacabra late that night in 1992, she just came out seeing a movie, a science fiction horror film called Species. And there was a creature in that film called, I think, Syl. And that Syl alien creature had big red eyes, spikes along its back, and scaly skin like an alien, and walked around like a human, scrunched up. Was Madeline Tolentino the very first important sighting of the Chupacabra? Was she just thinking that the sci-fi movie Species was happening in real life? Maybe she was scared that night, got spooked, and thought that the creature she saw on film was the creature she saw roaming these very jungles, or this very rainforest. Well, no one knows for sure. There has been sightings all around the world, and there's still the mystery of the 3 marks rather than just 2. A mangy dog would leave 2. 3 is rather odd, and they're just not this island. It was all around Central America, all around Latin America. It became a sensation. Was it just mangy dogs and coyotes? Most likely. But there's still some mysteries to be solved. That is the story of the Chupacabra. And is he still roaming around? People have said that he's still roaming around these very jungles. And who knows what mysteries lie beneath these jungles, because, as I mentioned, the ancient Taíno people who inhabited this island before the Spanish arrived, and most died out of disease brought over by the Europeans, influenza, smallpox, and etc. These Taíno people believed in underground caves of people living underneath. Who knows? Tarot from another dimension. That is for another broadcast, because that is an interesting point. I'll talk about that some other day when I talk about the mythology of elves, probably in Europe. So stay tuned one day for that. So that is El Yunque. If you want to see anything else, let me know. This has been such a beautiful view. I'm so happy I was able to go live right over here, right at the beautiful base of El Yunque, seeing these amazing views of the peak that's constantly covered in clouds. If you have the opportunity to walk up there, highly recommend it. It's an easy hike, 3 hours, but it's easy, it's calm, nothing steep, nothing too rocky. All you need is a huge bottle of water, some bug spray, and once you go up there, you're literally walking on clouds. Kathy, you're so welcome for sharing this live stream of Puerto Rico. I'm so happy. Daisy, you're living vicariously through my video. And let's zoom in on here. Good morning, Gayatri. Good morning, Claudio. Taro, you mean is the Chupacabra escaped governmental test? Yes, that's one of the theories. Of course, those are theories. So what I'm talking about is not history. The only historical thing about it is what was conveyed in the newspapers and also in the tabloids. And of course, the tabloids are highly exaggerated. So of course, nothing is truly historical, but I do find it interesting nonetheless to tell that tale, because it goes to show that there's both ancient mysteries from the Taíno and there's both modern mysteries of the modern day Chupacabra lingering in rainforests and jungles and woodlands all around the world. Mysteries are not limited to this island or to this rainforest. They're literally found everywhere, as you can see from our hidden history episodes. Diane, I'm so happy you're loving this. So this was a impromptu hidden history episode. I couldn't go to the Morro today, but stay tuned. Maybe tomorrow I'll be able to visit the old Spanish fort. Stay tuned very early in the morning. I might be going live at 10 a.m. Crossing fingers, that'll most likely be the case. And I'll be going live throughout the day tomorrow.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Please don't do this at all. They are praying. I took a video because they're trying to get up here.
I really like.
Like, how could you not?
Can I have my phone?
Let's see what's down here. Whoa. Donna says, awesome. Gladys says, it's beautiful here. It really is. Hello, Christine. Hello, Christine. Welcome to the broadcast. If you're watching for the first time, I'm Ariel with Urbanist. This is an episode of Hidden History. And let me know if you want to see a little bit more of this tower and El Yunque Rainforest. Let me show you a little bit more closer views. Let me show you a little bit of the graffiti over here. If you enjoyed the story, let me know. There's people do leave their markings here. KM was here. Be proud, stay happy. 7/6/19. Oh, that was recent. L plus F. That's wonderful. And we might hear the coqui pop up a little bit earlier in this area. And the rain has started again. So I have one thing to admit to all of you. This creature I've been wearing my entire time through all my broadcasts is not a dog. It's not a rabbit. This is the Chupacabra. Yes. Mystery unsolved.
I knew it was a Chupacabra.
You knew it. There we go. Everyone has always said, "Is this a dog or a rabbit?" It's like, nope. It's the Chupacabra. Hello, Lori from Austin. Welcome. Sharon, you knew it all the time. I knew. Yep. Everyone. You're entertaining the crowd, says Donald. Indeed, I am. A lot of people are coming up here. You hear the thunder passing by. So if you come over here any time of year, December tends to be the clearest. So if you want to optimize your chances of coming to El Yunque on a very clear day, December tends to be the low season for rain. However, in the Yunque, it's mostly covered in rain all the time. So be prepared to get wet because you are. And you might not need an umbrella. You just might need to embrace the rain. And wear boots. Because you might want to walk on the rocks. There's slippery places, so that's my recommendation. And my G-boy has that shirt. Amazing. Oh, cool. That's awesome. And de plane. What does that mean, Diane? Let me know. What a gorgeous place. It really is. It really, really is. And I just cannot get away from the fact that this reminds me so much of Jurassic Park. So cool, especially taking a photo here with this view. Let me actually stop right over here. Someone take a screenshot right there. Take a screenshot. Arecibo Observatory for watching the Chupacabra, Daisy says. So Arecibo Observatory was featured in that X-Files episode from 1992, 1993. And I think they went there first in order to hunt down for the Chupacabra or find a scientist who knew about it. And of course, oh my god. Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. You can hear it. There was one over here. Okay. So let me give you a little context of the sound that's could they have filmed here? Yes, the X-Files episode was filmed in Puerto Rico. It's rare for television shows to have been filmed in the island back then because it was rather dangerous. But yes, the X-Files episode was one of the very few movies and TV shows that were filmed here. The other one being Contact was also filmed in Puerto Rico back in the 1990s. And I think in recent past, the last film to really be filmed in Puerto Rico, I think, was Fast 5. Fast and Furious series. So the sound you're hearing right now is the indigenous frog from this rainforest called the coqui. And the coqui is a Taíno word, and it's a tiny little tree frog. It's so tiny I can really not show it justice with my hands. It would literally fit on my very fingertip. And that coqui has a mating song that sounds exactly like its name. And it sounds all the time. So this is very early, but we're lucky because it's already very rainy, and you're already hearing it. No, Jurassic Park was filmed in Costa Rica, not here. I think it was filmed in Costa Rica, and it takes place in island off Costa Rica, fictionally. But yes, it's not filmed here. So that's the coqui. Let me linger around so you can hear more of the sounds. You're so welcome, Gwen. I'm so happy I can take you here to a beautiful Yunque Rainforest. We can hear it. Let's take a breather. Sometimes all you gotta do is not talk, not take a video, but you know, I'm doing it on live. But beyond that, not take a video, not take a photo, and just enjoy the sounds. Wow, very beautiful. I swear I'm not crying. It's the rain. It's the rain. It's falling on my eyes. It's coming down like if they were tears. But I'm not crying. And it's really green. Yeah, there's no crayon that matches the greenness of El Yunque. There's no crayon here that matches the greenness. Okay, so I think it's time for me to head out. Beautiful. I wish I can go a little bit further up, but there probably won't be any cell service up. The best part of traveling is the sounds, smells that photos can capture. Indeed. And I think live video it comes very, very close to giving you an experience of traveling, because you can be here in the moment, hearing the sounds, at least seeing the visuals. You might not be able to smell it, but I can describe it to you at least. You smell the rain and you smell that greenery. Yeah, it really does smell like a rainforest. It's kind of that rainy smell. You get that earthy smell to it. Will you think of moving here? No, I'm a diehard New Yorker. I would live in New York, or London would be the second city I would ever live in. But I love Puerto Rico, but for visiting. Okay, it's getting clearer. Let me see if I can show you views now of Luquillo. How did I get here? I came here with my family. Not my cousin this time, but with my family. And I'm visiting. Let's go over here. Oh, there you go. So I came here with my family. They are in the car waiting, actually. But I just love the sounds. I don't want to leave yet. So I'll linger for a few more. A minute of silence. And let's start now. And ladies and gentlemen, and people of all genders, thank you so much for watching this hidden history episode of the legend of the Chupacabra and the mythology of the Taíno people in El Yunque Rainforest, only a mere 40-minute drive away from the city of San Juan. If you want to visit here, highly recommend it. Go on the tour or rent yourself a car for a day. It's very easy to get here. There's parking everywhere. It's wheelchair accessible if you have a car that's wheelchair accessible and you're able to come out and go to a few platforms like this one, and there's accessible bathrooms as well. And the sounds of the coqui, very beautiful. Would you guys be interested in me recording a video late at night? I might not be able to go live, but late at night recording a video and putting it up of the sounds of the coqui? Let me know. I'll be back on live maybe a little bit later today for some food. Definitely back tomorrow at 10 a.m. for the Spanish Fort San Cristobal. Thank you everyone so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Go watch that episode of X-Files. It's really fun. Or go watch some Jurassic Park in order to get in the mood of this rainforest venture. I'm Ariel with Urbanist. Keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. Have a great day, everyone. Great. Peace and love, and be careful of the Chupacabra. Bye-bye.